things went from like just a normal little trip to Blake Lively's inner circle, her attorney, her social media girl, and one of her nannies, and a bunch of mysterious incognito accounts following me and harassing me.
Blake Lively's PR nightmare just went from bad to worse. New footage is making the rounds, and it's not a good look for Hollywood's golden girl. Fans are shocked after a TikToker accused Blake of allegedly harassing her for simply existing near her Texas hotel. And now, Team Justin is eating this up. For those who don't know, Blake and Justin Baldoni have been locked in a messy legal battle over a book deal gone completely sideways. But with this latest scandal, people aren't just looking at the lawsuit, they're questioning whether Blake's entire sweetheart image has been an act from the start. From accusations of bullying random fans to a social media smear campaign that's got people terrified, it's looking like Blake is in serious trouble. So how do we get here? Let's break it all down.
Blake Lively herself comes out, starts recording us, says hi to get us to look up at her, circles our car, gets the car information, license plates, all that. Online harassment started the next day.
So TikToker Caitlin Marie Cooper never imagined her quiet weekend at Hotel 1928 in Waco, Texas would turn into a full-blown Hollywood scandal. But when Blake Lively showed up at the same hotel, things took a bizarre turn. Caitlin wasn't some crazy paparazzi, she was just a regular person hanging out, enjoying her stay. When she noticed Blake arriving at the hotel, she did what anyone would do. She casually recorded a quick, just a moment of people watching, right? Well, Blake's team did not see it that way. Almost immediately, her security team went on high alert. Caitlin didn't think much of it at first. Celebrities have security for a reason, but things got weirder. The next day, as Caitlin and her mom were checking out, they started to notice something off. They were being watched. Security wasn't just keeping an eye on them, they were following them. Caitlin later described the experience as unsettling, saying she felt like she was being targeted just for taking a video. But it didn't stop there, because suddenly Blake herself got involved. As Caitlin and her mom were leaving, Blake Lively pulled out her phone and started filming them. Not just a quick snap either. She was recording everything, their faces, their car, even their license plate. It was a bold move, and fans were stunned when Caitlin shared her story online. This wasn't just about a celebrity wanting privacy. This felt like intimidation, and people were not okay with it.
My mom and I were staying at Hotel 1928 in Waco, Texas this weekend. Blake Lively and her team were staying there as well after South by Southwest in Austin on Friday night. We found this out from all the hotel staff. Ended up recording her coming into the hotel lobby. We were just hanging out, people watching. Her team caught wind of this, I believe. Maybe saw me recording her on the security camera, did not like this. Thought maybe I recorded something they didn't want out there, didn't want me to see, whatever. Next morning, we kind of were being followed by her security guard a little bit on the way out, checking out of the hotel.
Here's where things get really messy, because after Caitlin shared her experience on TikTok, Blake's team allegedly went into full damage control mode. But instead of ignoring it or making a simple statement, they went on the attack. Caitlin claims she started noticing strange activity on her social media. At first, it was just lurkers, random accounts watching her Instagram stories. But when she looked closer, she realized some of these accounts belonged to people directly connected to Blake, her lawyer, her social media manager, even her nanny. And then came the trolls. Suddenly, Caitlin's comment section was flooded with negative messages. People were calling her names, body shaming her, and accusing her of clout chasing. It was clear Blake's team wanted to discredit her. Fans immediately saw through it. Instead of silencing Caitlin, Blake's response just made things worse, because now people were connecting this situation to her other ongoing controversy, the legal battle with Justin Baldoni. Blake's public image had always been that of a sweet, classy Hollywood darling. But between this fan scandal and the ugly lawsuit drama, people were starting to wonder, was it all just an act?
But then, you guys, these anonymous Instagram accounts start viewing her stories. She said she had posted this selfie of herself and posted like Team Justin Forever. And then an account, Team Justin Forever, started to view her stories. She also noticed this account viewed her stories, and this ended up being Blake's lawyer. So this account viewed her story and then blocked her.
So this isn't the first time Blake's been accused of being a mean girl. In fact, some people have been waiting for this moment. waiting for that America's Sweetheart mask to slip. See, Blake has always played the role of the charming, elegant, golden girl in Hollywood, but if you dig a little deeper, you'll find a pattern of behavior that fans conveniently overlook. Let's start with Anna Kendrick. If you've seen A Simple Favor, you already know Blake and Anna had insane chemistry on screen, but behind the scenes, it was a completely different story. Rumors have been going on for years that Blake despised working with Anna, and when the sequel was announced, word on the street was that Blake almost walked away from the project just to avoid being around Anna again. Now, Anna has never directly called Blake out, but she's dropped some not so subtle hints. In interviews, she's talked about how some co-stars were not as friendly as they appeared on camera. Fans quickly put two and two together. And then there's Gossip Girl. You'd think that, after playing besties on screen for 6 years, Blake and Leighton Meester would be super close in real life, right? Wrong. Reports from the set claim that Blake was notorious for keeping her distance from the cast, especially Leighton. While the rest of the crew would hang out and bond, Blake supposedly stayed in her own world, treating the job like a stepping tone to something bigger. In fact, there was even talk that Blake refused to be involved in any of the big Gossip Girl reunions. While the other cast members were down to celebrate their time on the show, Blake wanted nothing to do with it, and that cold attitude didn't go unnoticed. And let's be real, Blake's fan interactions have been called into question before. There have been multiple accounts of her being cold, dismissive, and even rude to fans when cameras weren't rolling. Some say she only plays nice when there's a PR team watching. Others claim she flat out ignores people who approach her in public. And now, after this whole Hotel 1928 mess, fans are re-examining these stories because suddenly they don't seem so far-fetched anymore.
And the concern really is that she used these allegations of sexual harassment and she used these allegations of bullying to try and leverage her position so she could be the de facto director in the case.
Now, while Blake's busy fighting off fan backlash, her real battle is happening in court. And let me tell you, Team Justin is winning. Blake and Justin's legal war has been brutal. She tried to paint him as a problem, but the more she fights, the worse it looks for her, and so far, the court hasn't exactly been on her side. Let's break it down. Blake's legal team tried to hit Justin with a gag order. Basically, they wanted to silence him from talking about the case. The judge denied it. Then, her lawyers tried to shut down Justin's attorney, claiming he was being too vocal in public. The judge denied it too. And here's the kicker. Justin launched a whole website to track every detail of the lawsuit. Blake's team hated it, but guess what? They couldn't stop him. This is a disaster for Blake because the more she fights this in public, the more receipts come out. And at this point, the court of public opinion is not on Blake's side. People are already questioning her character. Now they're questioning her credibility. The more she tries to control the narrative, the more it backfires. And if she loses this case, it won't just be a legal loss, it'll be a career damaging one.
Justin has been destroyed by this. The company, the individuals at the company, this is a really serious thing. And in this day and age, the only way that you can truly get back and is to prove your innocence. It's not be found guilty. It's to prove your innocence. And that's what we're actively working to. So that may only be able to be done in a courtroom.
At this point, you have to ask, can Blake even come back from this? Because let's be real, this situation has gone way beyond just a bad week of press. Blake went from being Hollywood's golden girl to someone fans are side-eyeing hard. And the worst part, she seems completely unprepared for the backlash. This is years of speculation, drama, and now legal battles all coming to a head at once. Her lawsuit is making her look desperate. Instead of handling things privately, Blake's team is out here trying to silence Justin Baldoni at every turn. First, they tried to hit him with a gag order, denied. Then they complained about his lawyer speaking out, denied again. And when Justin made a website exposing every detail of the case, they lost it. but they still couldn't stop him. This makes it look like Blake has something to hide. The fan incident made her look paranoid. Before this, people liked to believe Blake was classy, polished, and graceful, but after what happened at Hotel 1928, she just looks nervous and unstable. Filming fans, getting her security involved over nothing, it's giving a guilty conscience. And past rumors are making her seem like Hollywood's biggest fake. Let's be real, these old stories about Blake not getting along with her co-stars, keeping a distance from fans, and only being nice when cameras are around, they've been around for years. The difference now, people believe them. This wasn't just a one-time slip-up, it's a pattern. And in today's Hollywood, where everything lives online forever, that's dangerous. Blake has spent years building their image. She's the stylish, elegant, effortlessly likable star. The one who never gets messy, never gets involved in drama. But now, that image is cracking. If she doesn't get ahead of this fast, her career could be in serious trouble. Hollywood loves a comeback story, but only if the person owns their mistakes and changes. If Blake keeps acting like she's the victim, this could get way worse before it gets better. Alright, so now it's your turn to weigh in, because this story is wild. Is this the moment Blake Lively's true personality is finally being exposed? Or is this whole thing getting blown out of proportion? Because listen, some people still believe Blake is just being unfairly dragged into Justin's legal mess. But others, they're saying this is just the beginning of an even bigger downfall. Let's talk in the comments, and of course, don't forget to subscribe for more updates.